Yes! Hello guys and welcome back to the 5th game of the Grand Finals of the Nations Cup. The score is currently 2-2 between Finland and Brazil B. So before this they did play about 20 minutes plus into the game and the game crashed for Pike. So unfortunately, they crashed and they could not restore, so they had to go for a new game. I would say Brazil had a slight edge in that game, but it was not enough to grant them a win in any way. So here we are again with another game. Let's see, so on the right side we have the Brazilian team, the left side is the Finnish team. So we'll start with the right side. In the red color, playing as Celts is Miguel. His pocket will be Stark, playing as the Byzantines. The yellow color, we have Dugao playing as Turks. And then Fiege playing as Britons on the left flank. His opponent is Pike playing as Britons, getting the flank for a third time in a row. There was a restart as well after the crashed game. And Pike and Miguel has been flank all the games. His pocket is Velez playing as Celts, other pocket Zuppi playing as Byzantines, and then at last the Max playing as the Spanish. The Max is going for the more defensive dock now. I guess he doesn't realize how far away Miguel actually is from him, but that should favor the Spanish player. Here as well we have a Pike going. Well, this surprises me that Pike goes for the defensive dock. He usually goes for the aggressive dock where he can just go full out micro with galleys and try to overrun the opponent. He's still doing a build where it's heavily food focused to get up ASAP. So I'm a little bit surprised by the defensive dock. Fiege though going for the offensive dock. He's Britons. Britons is probably one of the, you probably want Britons and Celts as the flanks here, which is exactly what Brazil has, because those are the two civs that should have the strongest grushes with their bonuses in mind. So, alright, so now we're just waiting for them to hit fuel age. Now the strategy we saw from Brazil in the first game was both flanks just going our standard grush, standard galleys, with the pockets slinging them. So Stark would sling Miguel, and Dugao here would sling Fiege. So that the flanks can get to castle age and at least hold the water, if not win the water. On the Finnish side, however, we saw Zuppi going straight to the middle, doing a fast Imperial after a fish boom, while Velez was doing a fish boom and slinging both flanks on the Finnish side. So they're both taking a little bit of a different approach to this matchup. Wait, where are these going? This will be way too many villas on this woodline alone. A grush is a galley rush. So pretty much you just do docks and then you make galleys to try and win with water. Uptimes, you can see Fiege and Pike very similar uptimes, and Miguel as well, very close. The problem for Miguel is that his uptime is not going to do him any favors because he is so far away from his opponent. Yeah, I mean, still it's just going to be galley wars on the flanks as usual, and we are going to see what the pockets decide to do later on. What we can address now is the fish for the pocket. I would say the pocket situation is fairly similar. Yeah, I mean, this map seems like a very fair map at the moment. We have both these flanks with amazing fish here. This is a very good spot for Velez though, but like pockets have very similar fish, and that's a very fair map, I would say. This is a best of 7 again. The score is currently 2-2 as you can see, so it's the first team to reach 4 victories who will become the champions of the Nations Cup. Again, I'm surprised Pike doing the defensive docks. Usually he's a very aggressive player on water. Not sure about this. This villager might get stuck now and then. Let's see. Yeah, you can see here this villager is stuck. You should never want, if you have 3 villas here, you want 2 villagers on this gold pile, like he's doing now. Else this villager might get stuck. This is fine though, this is fine. So we'll see how it plays out. Also we'll see how big of a fish boom the pockets decide to go for. The previous time we saw Fish do a humongous fish boom. You could argue it was overboomed, which is not ideal, of course. Then it's better off you're better off spending wood elsewhere. But if you see the populations right now, Stark and Dogao at 39 and 41, while Villes and Zupi at 41 and 42. So both pockets are going for the big fish booms, as you can see here. 3rd in fish for Villes and 12 for Zupi, while Dogao has 12 and 13 and Stark has 11. So very similar so far. We're gonna have to see how many fishing ships they decide to go for, though. I mean, Dogao will probably transport here and make another dock here to get more use of this fish here, but you can see the water in general around them isn't too big, so I probably won't be investing into like 25 plus fishing ships, if you ask me. In the first one we saw Fish making 36 fishing ships, which was a little bit of an overboom, but he is now pocket, so. Someone's saying the score is wrong. Is it? No, it's 2-2. Score is 2-2, so the score is right. Oh, the score in chat is wrong. I'm not updating that though. At least the score on screen should be correct. Yeah, so Fear is sending forward 6 galleys here. Oh, this might be really good for Pike. Because these galleys are moving. Okay, well, we have a pause there. These galleys are moving on a line straight here. If he's patrolling, they're just going to stop and shooting up as Pike is going up here. So potentially Pike might be able to circumvent him and go straight down here to cut him off. And that would leave Fiage in a terrible position. Probably losing a lot of these galleys right here. Max and Miguel fighting 5 against 5 here, but Miguel has full HP on all his boats, while the Max has lost a significant amount of HP on at least 2 of his galleys. So Miguel might stay here and commit here. He's already reinforcing, sending more galleys forward, but the Max does have the closer reinforcement point. So, like on paper, or like Max should be able to defend this fairly easily because he has the docks nearby. But Miguel is an amazing micro player on water. He's one of the best water players in the game. And he's proving it right here. You can see he has the more HP, so he's jumping on top of these, but at the same time, the problem doing that between the docks here is that, of course, suddenly you're overpowered because, of course, his galleys pop out right on top of you. Oh, the Max is overcommitting here now again. I didn't see how it went up here. It seems like Fiage got safely back, so no harm done. But yeah, Miguel is just totally dominating the Max here. Very, very well played by Miguel so far. It's just completely... I mean, he's just aggressive, being very aggressive. He's microing better and he's just on top of things. TeamSpeak drop. Okay, seems like we're fine though. So let's see their strategies here when it comes to pockets. We're looking at a tribute sense. So Stark is slinging both sides. So Stark is slinging both Miguel and Fiage to Castle Age. While... so this is super annoying for Zupi. He's just gonna kill all the fish here. Force a lot of idle time as well. And Max will have to chase him with his units. This is not even enough to kill this. I think this could even potentially be just game-ending damage here from Miguel right off the bat. Oh, this village as well. Oh, that is so painful. Well, on the other hand, you see Zupi and Villes slinging each their flank. So again, I like the choice by Brazil here. And I think Brazil is in a great spot, especially because of Miguel's opening gameplay here. Just completely dominating Max. This seems to be very equal. Pike is trying to micro in here, but Fiage is doing a fairly decent job, I would say. But micro of Pike seems to be slightly better. But still, this is where the damage is done. Even taking out this transport can do a lot of damage. Again, just Miguel, very good micro here. Zupi does have galleys out now, but he doesn't have fletching. So he can't really do anything. I mean, he can't micro very well against this. Now Miguel is just doing what he can, get as much damage as you can before you lose the galleys. Kill a lot of as many fishing ships as you can. Look at the fishing ship counts now. We have 10, 6, 4, 4. So compare fishing ships counts of both teams. Stark has 29, Dogao has 21. 10-8 is the highest number on the Finnish side. Again, Viles making water as pocket and Zuppi making water as pocket. This is not situations you want to be in normally. Dogao with a double stable, town center in the middle, probably another town center or a monastery. And he's just spreading out knights all across the map now to try and catch villagers that are undefended all over the map. You can see currently Viles landed some villagers here to make a mining camp. But of course he's not castle yet, so he can't drop a town center. Again, if you hear pauses where I don't speak for a little bit, it's because I'm probably muting to cough. My throat is not doing me too well at the moment. But yeah, Miguel dropping a safety tower here in case he gets counter pushed. And also up to 5 docks. He's about to hit castle age. Let's look at the military count. 21, 27, 21, 16, 11, 13. So I would say Brazil is in a big lead here because Dogao is able to just commit knights on water on the middle. He's able to take full map control in the middle. He's able to get town centers up, get a proper eco running here, while both the pockets of the opposite side is making water as well to try and win water, and by doing that, they are giving up all the map control on the middle. And that is never a good situation to be in. Meanwhile, the max was slung to castle age, but I think Miguel should have more than enough to hold this. He's just waiting for his own upgrades. He's about to hit castle age in 10%. He'll probably have to engage here. He has the numbers. He could probably jump on top of this and kill this. But why do that when you can wait for your own war galley upgrades? He needs to sling though. His economy is not strong enough on his own. But he should drop a university right away because you need ballistics, mate. There's the university. He's housed now. A little bit of an unfortunate housed. I'm not sure why he's engaging at the moment. He does not have fletch. He does have fletching, but he does. Why engage there? What's the point? You have war galley on the way. It just doesn't make any sense. This side still... Oh, close fight here. I assume both of them have a university and ballistics already. They're trying to use runners here, but ballistics is already researched. I'm not sure who's winning here. It's 18 to 23. I feel like Fiege has the advantage here. I'm not sure why he's going back. At least... Okay, that's why. He has some of the units in the back here doing some counter harass. But Fiege still seems to have the larger numbers here, so I'm not sure why he didn't commit there. Well, I mean, it's hard to judge the numbers when you're playing, of course. Let's see if Miguel will commit here. Seems like he's doing it. He's doing the patrol where he gets all the way on top of them. Trying to do some runners as well, but I assume the max also has university and ballistics upgraded. Dogao hitting Imperial Age in a minute. And... I mean, Dogao is... It's gonna get ranges up here. It's gonna have bombard cannons, hand cannons. What is Finland gonna have to reply to this? Well, they have a town center and 5 pikemen. This is the problem with... I mean, this was all forced... I don't know if it was their strategy all along that the pockets would also add water. But the galleys from Miguel... He's even gonna win this fight. He has just... Great surface. Great wide... Nice engagement here. I think Miguel will lose this fight. But I think he's gonna trade efficiently enough that it is worth it. But yeah, Dogao is an imp. He's gonna make bombard cannons. He's gonna make hand cannons. And yeah, 2 pikemen coming to kill everything though, so don't worry about that. 3 pikemen here as well. Yeah, when they went water, both the pockets of the Finnish team, they have no map control, no presence in the center. And obviously that is not now gonna show itself, because Dogao is just gonna completely take control of the middle and I don't see what Finland can do about that, because Zupi is still making water for no use. Because neither side is pushing, both sides are actually losing. So you could make the case of... could make the argument that if the pockets didn't go water, the game would be over anyway, because the flanks were losing so hard. But I mean, it's not a healthy situation at all. They just have no answer at the middle, no answer whatsoever. No presence, no units. They're not even winning on the sides, which is what you would expect if both pockets are going water. Some galleys snuck by here from Zupi. It's gonna get some kills here. Actually, this is doing a decent job, but I mean, just 2 or 3 more fires and they should clean this up. Yeah, the fires are already out, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. Maybe a few wheels here and there, but still should be nothing compared to what their Dogao is getting done over here. Villes playing really bad this day. I don't know if I agree with that. I would say this is the fault of either the strategy or just that Miguel outplayed Max pretty heavily in the opening here. Like this, the reaction with both pockets going water, could it be a reaction because of Miguel's pressure on Max here? But it also could have been a pre-planned strategy. Either way, it's working out brilliantly for Brazil. And it's not going too well for the Finnish team right now. We'll have to see what the Zupi's Imperial Age is gonna do. Stark is on the way to Castle Age now. He's gonna stop slinging probably and go booming himself. But we'll see what the galleons from Zupi can pull off. Don't see Zupi going at the middle yet, so I assume he's still going full water. And they're just gonna try and win water and take it from there. The problem with that is still that there's a limited amount of resources on your starting isles. And as you can see, there's plenty of resources on the center island where Dogao and Brazil just has complete control right now. All the villages of Villes now is going to get picked off. And with that, that's every single unit Finland has on the center. I think this was partly helped by the fact that Brazil had the 2 best water civs on the flanks. Now the galleons are here, so I mean, the flanks should lose now. At least Fiege will lose here because of the galleons there. The water should be a problem now for Brazil, but it shouldn't really matter. What Brazil should do now is he's already doing it, you can see, perfect reaction. He's doing careening so he can gather more vills in the towers, I mean in the ships. Just forget about water, forget about your starting isles, get all the villagers across to the middle. As long as you control the middle, there is no way you can lose the game from that point on. Now he's waiting for careening, he just got it, so he's gonna transport more vills over now. And again, I mean, even here, he's fighting alone here. Zupi is sending in 2 by 2, fighting alone, while the Max is sitting here with his galleys. This is gonna be a little bit of an issue, but Fiege did get villagers across, so he should be able to establish a good economy there, but he should really try and get even more vills over ASAP. The score is, I mean, they're catching up on score now, and it's kind of a false catch up because it doesn't take into account the positional advantage of the Brazilian team. Zupi has got 6 ranges up now. He's doing Arbalest, which is a nice counter to Turks, but Dogao can just make anything else as well. He can make Cavaliers if that needs be. Right now he only has hand cannons, of course, which makes sense because he's been fighting against just nothing so long. This town center here is going to be a waste because this castle will just go up and neglect that right away. Dogao with 3 bombard cannons out in the middle of nowhere that might get picked off. Not ideal position for these bombard cannons, but not enough arbalists here to take them out very fast anyway. Again, Miguel is doing a great job here, just holding the sides, buying time, allowing his pockets to do what they want, but this side is lost now for FH. They're gonna surround the isles on the middle, but like I said, it doesn't really matter because they have such a strong presence on the middle. Look at this. Town centers left and right for Stark, for Dogao. FH is getting multiple town centers up. Miguel has multiple town centers up. They're dropping castles. They have just complete control of this game. Even though the score seems like it's very close at the moment and they're winning water, kind of, it does not reflect the reality of the situation, which is that Brazil is just in complete control. Viles now is one of the pockets, still at 62 population. He's trying to get a lumber camp up in the middle, and he can't even get a lumber camp up. That gives you the reality of the situation here. Togawa now switching to Cavalier, which is what he can do because he has a great economy. Almost 100 villagers, still 10 fishing ships. And he's just fighting against Arbalest at the moment. Even like this, he can just make... This trebuchet here alone can cover so much area. He can clean all of this by just sitting with the castle, and there's nothing they can do about it. These castles, I mean, they're just zoning them out as well. They're like pushing them into this corner here, where they're trying to get economy up. Stark with another castle even. And yeah, they're just like... The Finnish team just can't get economy up going. They are doing well though with the water now on the sides. Surrounding isles. Taking control of this and that, but... They might even take the top score here for a second. We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, they're putting all their eggs into one basket, and that is... Alright, we're gonna win water and then have to make a comeback from there. How that will work out though is another story to see. Again, Max should probably be fighting here. Oh, such a good trade for Miguel there. Bombard cannons out on the field for Zupi as well here. Multiple bombard cannons actually. As we see the Finnish team take the score lead. Right? Come on, make me right. God, the score is so close now. Militia? Why are there two militia in the battle? That makes no sense. As we see the Finn... So, I mean, they're surrounding the islands. Killing all the fish. This is also gonna give a big boost to their scores. But again, this does not give any indication of where this game is at in reality. And they barely have units on the middle. As we see the Finnish team take the score lead, suddenly their hopes and dreams are flourishing again. I mean, they're getting some decent trades here. But still, I just have a hard time seeing how they can ever sustain this. They have this gold. I mean, yeah. I don't want to kill the hype, but it's like they can hold on until their gold runs out. And then the complete map control for the Brazilian team is just gonna... win out in the long run. But yeah, you must commend them on their fighting spirit here. They are actually in the score lead, and that's worth something. You're getting a lot of villager kills here. They're surrounding the islands of the players and causing a lot of idle time. Here as well, FH can't take the stone gold wood here anymore. Probably has 18 idols. Miguel has 18 idols. Doga 15 idols. But they have a setup and strong economies going on the middle. And while the Finnish team is trying to... Oh, he even got Paladin up actually. That's quite surprising. As the Finnish team is trying to even get some presence on the map, They're not getting economy on the map, they're just getting buildings to make units. While this is all going on, the Brazilian team is actually making a huge economy on the middle, as they're holding with military. Paladins, though, one of the best counters to Turks. This fight is going extremely well for Finland so far. I might be overestimating the position here, but I don't think so. I still feel like there's... I don't know though. The Paladins are definitely doing work. Togao should probably make camels. Oh, he's doing heavy camel already. Suddenly the Finnish team has a 500 score lead. I feel like that they even got this presence on the middle. Should never have happened. Yeah, I mean, still. Okay, I guess we should be a little bit more open-minded. This might be possible still for Finland. We're getting some theses up now here, get some more golden stones. Now Togao just needs to buy enough. He's doing Bombard Tower, that's really gonna help. Again, with more map control in the center. What Togao needs to do here is just buy enough time for Stark, Fiege and Miguel to enter the game in the middle. Now, don't get me wrong, the score is lying a little bit. A lot of their score is inflated because of the water. Water control, all the water ships, all the kills these water units have gotten. But, if you look at the population and villager counts, it's hugely in favor of Brazil. And that should be stronger in the end. What Finland really needs now is a snowball. If this does not snowball into putting them far ahead, then I don't see it working still. Yeah, I feel like they don't have enough units still. It's just like 20 paladins, 20 arbalists, 2 bombard cannons. Togao should be able to buy enough time for Stark to get halberdiers in on the mix, and then also for Miguel and Fiege to get in later on. I don't know, maybe they're slinging actually, Miguel and Fiege. Fiege seems to be full sling, so he's probably slinging to Togao. Not sure why it doesn't let me... Okay, there we go. Yeah, population is still kind of tell the story of this game. Finland is definitely putting up a good fight though. I gotta give them credit for fighting back this hard and really making Brazil have to fight for this win. A game that seemed to be over 20 minutes ago. Suddenly Finland are pushing Brazil to their limits here. Now, like, I still think Brazil clearly has the lead here. It's just about a matter of time before it turns around again. But Brazil, I mean, Finland are getting more and more resources collected. That's what they need. They need the golds. They need access to golds. They need to be able to make the gold units. Bombard cannons are really going to help out. They're going to be 8+5 range soon. So he already has 8+4 range, so he can actually hit the bombard cannons. So that's very helpful. Nice palisade wall here from Northern Pike. I mean, they're trying to take resources everywhere. Togao is just dropping bombard towers to deny mining. Because, I mean, Finland's advantage is they have control over the water, right? So if they can take some resources along the shore, naturally that would make sense because they are controlling water. But the problem with this is like you have 13 ranged bombard towers that you can just place to deny all of that. Another castle going up, maybe he can get some good shots here if he pays attention. Doesn't seem that way, no. Now Miguel is getting into the action. He's doing onager, he's doing pikeman. I mean, just look at the villager counts. Fiege has 165, he's just full slinging. Stark is 130, Tugao 130, Miguel 135. Then look at the villager counts for the Finnish team. And you gotta keep in mind as well, villager counts, majority of the villagers of the Brazilian team are on the center. Then you look at the villagers on the isles here. Orange has half his villagers stuck here on this island. Blue the same. Teal the same. And grey the same. Another amazing palisade drop here. So it's like efficiency of economy as well. On top of having twice as many villagers, the efficiency of their villagers is just way better. Some more nice raiding from Tugao coming in here. As, yeah, I mean, they're gonna have a power ball soon with Celts. Celts are probably gonna do Siege Ram as well, Siege Onager as the game goes on as well, and... Oh, that could have been real... Oh, that's such a... Oh, yes. That was nice. Yep, I mean, Finland did definitely put up a good fight. Definitely put up a good fight. And they made Brazil really have to earn this victory. But from this point on, I don't see a way back for the Finnish team. Brazil has just asserted their dominance over the middle. And there is no return now for Finland. This economy as well. 34 fishing ships. Fishing ships is not what you want at the 1 hour mark. You don't want fishing ships to be a majority of your economy. I mean, now Max can't really engage anymore. Zupi is down to just a couple of Arbalest in the middle, and Max only has paladins. And there are heavy camels, there are pikemen from Byzantines, I mean halbs. There are halberdiers from Celts, there's Siege Challenger on the way, Furor Celtica, Last Furnace, soon to be Siege Ram as well. And they're still pushing the left side as well. Just fixing their economies, a lot more idols. And trebuchets. Yeah, the missing piece is now Siege Rams, which he just clicked because he's stream sniping, of course. Zupi trying to do cataphracts now, and I'm afraid cataphracts is not the answer you are looking for now. Maybe if you have 100 of them, but when you have 8, that's not going to do much work. Siege Challenger is out on the map. That's a clear sign that this is going to be an uphill battle. If they had landed a little earlier, they would have won. I disagree. I don't think they could have landed earlier. Tugao had too much map control at that stage in the game. They need to get imp, get upgrades, and then make units to defend their landing. If they landed earlier, they would not have the tech or the units to defend their landing. And then it wouldn't have been a landing at all. More bombard towers coming down for Tugao. I mean, he's just using bombard towers to zone out areas, take complete map control. And you can, I mean, you can just see, like, look at the, let's do Alt G. So red on the minimap right now is the Finnish team. Blue and yellow is Brazil. And you can just see, compare the presence on the middle island. Compare the presence. They have 85% of the map. As the Finnish team is calling the GG. Very well played by Brazil. I think a lot of credit this game has to go to Miguel's early feudal age play. He really put the Finnish team on the back foot. I don't know if this was their strategy all along, or if they were adapting to what happened. But you have to give Miguel credit for this game. He did really well on his side. Also, Fiege did very well on his side, winning and fighting 2v1 on water there as well. And of course, Tugao did very well taking the middle. Stark was slinging majority of the game, but of course, You shouldn't be. I mean, it's a team strategy. It's a team game. It's a team effort, and they all deserve credit for this. For this very good win. But of course, as well, Finland really made a game out of it. They seemed like they were dead and out after 25, 30 minutes. But they made it an hour game. So, good, huge credit for them. PH was slinging towards the end as well, a lot. Then Stark was making more units. They kind of switched roles towards the end. That was because they were fighting Paladins, and Byzantines have cheap halbs. So it makes sense. Yeah, just compare gold income. Pike at 6.5k. Max had a decent gold income, same as Zupi, but Zitoga with the 20k. And this would just keep increasing for Brazil and decrease. Well, not decreasing, but it wouldn't go up for Finland, but it would go up for Brazil. Very nice strategy by Brazil. Kudos to them. GG. Let's check the venue out. Why are you disagreeing with your chat? What do you know about this game? I don't know, I'm just making random guesses. Yeah, this is just black. If next map is land map, it's gonna be 3-3. I don't know. Mini Wolskis resub for 2 months with Twitch Prime. Hi Viper, sadly my internet is not good enough to watch you live, but I still enjoy your content. Good work man, you're the best. Thank you so much, Mini Wolskis. Really appreciate the 2 months. The Finnish team don't look too satisfied at the moment. I mean, they're they're fighting for the tournament's lives now. Every game now is an ace match for, well, a match point for Brazil. So Finland are gonna be. I mean, they have their backs up against the wall. Look at this new production. I just inserted the score like that, like BAM! The score was there. These guys are like pulling 2s and 3s around on the screen.
Max 好像看起来有点沮丧啊，你看到没有？低着头，反而派克呢吃的很香，大口大口的吃。威利斯跟猪皮是站着，似乎在跟他们讨论。而一边的
Pike is eating. They seem hungry, hungry for victory. Tell the names. I'll repeat the names again, since I'm sure we have a couple of new viewers. So the one in the white in the back here, this is Viles. In the middle here, the tallest guy is Zupi. In the background here, we have Rubenstock. Here we have Pike, or Northern Lion, as he's playing as. And then this is the Max. Can I tell you something more about the Finnish team? I can't. I don't know too much about them. NC Skittle, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Can we look at the Brazil team now? I mean, there's not much to see anymore. I guess they're taking a break now. Small break. Can't blame them for that. They probably want to collect their thoughts. I mean, they played well though. I just think that, like I said before as well, the reason I held Brazil as favorites now after seeing the first games was because I think Brazil generally have had the better strategy pretty much in every game. Even the ones they lost, I think they've had on paper the better strategy. And yeah, strategies is usually what wins games in team games where skills are very similar. Skill levels are very similar. You see, the Finnish team is sitting right here now. This is Pike eating. Why am I watching this? Well, we're just waiting for... They're having a small eating break, apparently. Before they're gonna play the final. You see Brazilian team is entering the stage again. Dugao here, followed by FH and Stark. Miguel went on to stage 10 seconds earlier. Are you ready for KOTD, and also where can we watch all the matches since you won't be streaming? If you V2 Mandra AOZzone.net, there is a calendar event calendar on the right side of AOZzone.net. There you can always find, whenever there's a game that's going to be played, you can always see the schedules there, the times, and also which channels are actually streaming those. I will also put, whenever I am playing a match, below my stream in my schedule, and I will host a channel that is casting my games whenever I am playing. Why there are 5 Finnish and 4 Brazils? Did they pay the extra plane ticket? No, the Brazilian team had 4 players, and the Brazilian team had 4 players only, and the Finnish team had 5 players. It's as simple as that. Apparently now there are pretty strong Norwegian players. Does that mean you play next Nations Cup? What players are you talking about there? They all have white shirts on to censor any kind of logo they have? I don't think so. When we were there, we were handed event-specific polos. That looked pretty nice actually, and were pretty cool. I'm not sure if they all have gotten white t-shirts here of similar sorts. Could be the case. And we reached 3K viewers today? I don't think so. We already had, we had amazing numbers already for this hour today. How long have I been streaming now? Like 6 hours? Are you kidding me, man? And there's potentially 2 more games to go. And with these breaks and crashes and all the delays, it's not really helpful. Actually, but one good thing is our stream actually have never crashed today. The stream has not crashed once or gone down. How amazing is that? I am watching a Finnish AoE player eat lunch in a semi-crowded room of random Asians while a shark in a rocket fly on top of my screen. Oh, yes, you are. Actually, there's multiple sharks, as you can see right now. Why do you jinx this? Because I'm confident. The stream is not frozen. Seems like they are heading back to stage, so we might be able to get the remaining games going. Still regret not going to this event. I wish details were confirmed so I could confirm going in time. Always awesome to be at live Age of Empires events. So many awesome people, so much fun. I mean, like, wait, how many live events have I been to now? We had the Maldives one. We had the China Clan Masters last year in China, and also Gamescom now in Germany this year. And also we did play the finals of The War is Coming in Dubai. And honestly, the Age of Empires events, gatherings are probably the most fun I have. It's just so much fun. I would highly recommend every one of you, if you have the chance to get to one of these, do it. It's worth it. Would be a lot more fun if new civs, I agree, but Wall of Kingdoms wasn't out when Nations Cup was announced. Do you regret not playing this tournament? Nah, I don't.
他已经背了。老外应该还比较坚持，应该是先打完。其实我是预测巴西队应该会赢下这一局的，但是你这局再打最少也要半个小时。
I have a feeling that on land maps the Finns are superior,
现场
especially
观众的
mechs.
话是这样子啊。那么目前的话，巴西队已经拿到赛点了。然后我们刚才有这个知道大家也很饿。
Well, in the Arabia game,
他们
first
现在
game,
体力透支比我们厉害
Max
啊。
was one of the
那么
players that
我
fell
们有
really far
问这个
behind.
选手的话，就是现在是
But I do agree,
到
Max,
底我们
I mean,
吃
is
过
better on land than
然后呢
water.
回来再打，然后回来再看，还是说呢打完的话，然后再回去一起过去吃。然后这边的选手呢是做出的选择是，他们选择要再战。
那大家稍等一下。
I'm not sure what they're doing right now.
喂，所以我们也是掌声鼓励一下这个，就是说有这么拼命的这个选手的话，我们作为观众，中国观众来说的话，也不要，对吧？就说这个太丢我们。